scene. Hello, hello, and welcome, welcome, welcome. One of those is not working, so quickly. Come on, bottom bit. Just, refresh. There we go. Oh, and we're starting off the stream with a sleep. With a streak. No, with a sleep. Hope you guys are doing well, but we are going to be getting stuck in. Back with the progress of the thingamadoohicker, the Extreme Hills biome. And we shall see what happens. Hopefully we won't get blasted by anything, but we can never be certain. Do I need to... They are not the prepped ones. I think they're all over at the Extreme Hills biome, so let's get headed off over that way then. We can get stuck in. The that is not... I need to close that because I'm not actually using... I'll close Spotify because wifey's using Spotify in the car. If I just hide the SNAS file for now, because obviously Ride is by 21 Pilots, not by GlitchXcity. But I've just got it set to say by Glitch, because the music I listen to is all by GlitchXcity. But no, we shall get underway with stuff and things. So, ooh, do not need to waste rockets. Haha, and thankfully there's cooked fish here, because I left from the base without any. That's all my silk touchy things, isn't it? Yes, 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 yes. That's the mendings, and the mendings, and the mendings! And the glyven! I need to grab... There should be a piece of iron in here. Fantastic. Because I'm probably going to need to move the big thingy. Beacon. I can do words really well today, guys. We are rocking with it. So we're, what is it, y equals 80 at this height. So that's a good sign. So this bit's, oh, this is the bit I did with Archangel on the previous stream. He gave me a massive hand helping to dig all this out, this section here. Very, very kind of him. So we're going to get stuck in and just finish off this area here, just getting the last of it. But otherwise, we've got a pretty easy breezy section of this done in a not much amount of time. Hopefully the settings should be all fixed up, so the stream will be going at better quality. But just let me know, guys, if things are at all a bit jerky or if things start to play up. I mean, I should notice because the game will start to freeze up. But I gave my computer a bit of a clear out. It wasn't that the CPU was having issues. Basically, my hard disk was a bit chocker full of basically irrelevant stuff. Had a lot of old files on it and game data for games I don't really particularly play. Let's see if Stop Bloody Shooting Me is still alive. He should be here. Oh, don't bloody well shoot me. He's still here. Good. Haha. That's it. It's not Stop Bloody Shooting Me. It's Don't Bloody Well Shoot Me. That's the one. So, we're going to move over to there and start chopping away at that section over there. And that should give us a nice little bit of leg room. So, let's get stuck in, shall we? But there we go. How's the music level, by the way, guys? Because as I said, I'm having to use it through YouTube at the moment, as wifey's using the Spotify. If I was smart, I would have thought about setting up my Spotify whilst I was converting the concrete, but that's for a secret project. So I want to do a big reveal of that on stream because I don't want to stream it because it's, I don't know. I just feel like I just want to do a big reveal for it. So we'll see what happens with that. But it kind of sets the mood for the rest of the build, so I'm excited to sort of get stuck in with it and see what happens. What I'll do actually, I think, ever so quickly, if I just load up Twitch on here, I should be able to have a quick stream. Music's about the same volume as you. Okay, so I'll turn the music down a diddy bit. I don't want it quite at the same volume, so just to there. That should do it. Thank you, Routus. Didn't snuck in there. Very, very sneakily. +5 to your stealth. There we go. And there we go. So that's that all stuck away with. It's actually quite nice because we've got a concrete converter on the server that does similar to the red sand swapper, where you can swap between red and regular sand. It was like, I wanted to say yellow sand, but it's just sand. Except it's got an piston swapper to swap out the colour of concrete you want to go for, which is really, really cool. I'm not sure who it was that did that. It might have been Jam, it might have been Arch, or was it Lazy? I can't remember who it was, but whoever did it, thank you, saving me all the ink sacks, because otherwise I would have to sit there and harvest all of the ink sacks, which I don't want to do. Because obviously, as you know, ink sacks are a bit of a pain. A little bit of a pain. There we go. So that's going to chop away there. But now, how are you, Routers? Hope you are doing well. There we go. Everything is Silk Touch. Just realised that. Pick, shovel, axe. If I could put it on it, I bet my sword would be Silk Touch too. That'd be really clever. Alright, well, it's better than bad. There we go. That'd be, I was just going to say, that would be a pretty cool way of getting like mob heads, put Silk Touch on a sword, and just like Silk Touches their head off. Almost a shame to get rid of this terrain here, but with what's going here, it's not like it's a case of, oh well, this could fit in with it. It's like, no, it kind of just needs to go. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, darn it. Break a pick. Oh no, I think someone just asked what he's doing. There we go. I thought he was like setting up to be like, ah, bugger. Doing a little diggy-doo. Indeed we are. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. Let's just plonk this all on here. Where have I cocked up? There. I was like, there's somewhere I've cocked up here. Now you're going to register that. There's that. So, big. Got back from Beachside Hole a few days ago, so I'm doing just fine, if not my liver. Cheeky, cheeky. Gonna drink and swim. Yeah, because it's your summer, isn't it? So you've got some really nice weather going on. We're just sat here with murky clouds, rain, and dark by 4 PM. There we go. Plus side, I'm not going to be short on stone at all if I need it. Pretty overcast around here at the moment. Ah, that sucks, but yeah. At least it's not raining, it's just overcast. There we go. Now before I dig that way, actually, I want to come up and get this bit up here. know why the game didn't register me breaking those the first time. Nothing but sun up the coast though. Ah, fair enough. So is that where you went, or were you just locally sort of having a bit of a holiday? Just a nice break from things? One of the things I'm going to have to do is really light this build up, make it glow, because otherwise snow is going to settle on it. Or put string on it, actually. I can put string on it, so that's actually another option. Okay. I was worried for a second then. Beach all day, clubs at night. Went to Surfer's Paradise. Ah, very nice. Living in a Surfer's Paradise. Couldn't resist. Oh, that's all the wood for that one. Oh, wow, that cuts in a lot further than I was expecting. I wasn't actually expecting that to be that overhung, hung over. Got a drunk Cliff here. Go home, Cliff, you're drunk. There we go, that works. See, I couldn't do that though, for me. The whole clubbing at night and beach during the day. I just want to have a nice relax, sit down, maybe a bit of gaming, you know. I mean, I don't really need a vacation at all, to be honest, because where I'm looking after wifey, I don't need a vacation because the hours are very requirement sort of necessary. It's weird. I don't know the best way to put it. It's, you know, my job is basically just to stay with wifey and make sure that she's alright. Which is alright. She's gone out for a drive, but she's sitting down, so she'll be fine. You know, the only time she faints is when she's standing up, but she's only going out for a drive to sort of try and get a bit tired. But you know, stuck with a overhung is a lot funnier. Overhung is like when you're super drunk though, so it's just like, dude, I'm so overhung. You know, so you're not just hungover, you are overhung. So we can go and set our sleep point as well. I know we started with a sleep, but that was all the way over the other end, so if we die, I wouldn't mind actually having my sleep point be a bit closer. Just for the sake of, if I get murderized. There we go, that's the one. It feels weird to be destroying such sort of nice, because one of the first things that I've learned from doing Minecraft builds is not to flatten. Because if you're flattening the landscape, it makes the build look a lot less in place, if that makes sense. Like, it doesn't look like the build belongs. But then, it makes sense for the build that I'm doing, but it just feels like it's going against all of like my Minecraft like teachings that I've acquired over the years, and it's just like don't flatten it, don't flatten it, don't flatten it, don't flatten it, stop, what are you doing? What are you doing? So it's just like, no, brain, this one's okay, it's meant to go flat. Because obviously there's going to be a whole bit area underneath that's dug out, and I didn't want to build up and put the shape down until I knew the sort of shape I was working with, if that makes sense. There we go. I thought overhung is when you have a massive... Oh, wow. Cheeky there, cheeky. There we go. Well, the overhang overhang is getting a circumcision. Or at this point, I think it might be close to what is it when it's all chopped off? Not neutering, but I don't know. Hello, wifey. How's the drive going? You having fun? Or you just stopped to chill for a bit? Castration, that's the word! Look at that, wifey comes in when I need terms for mutilation of genitalia. That's the one. Why did I just sort of absent-mindedly started killing them. I don't know what got it. Something, just some random... I was like, I need food. It's like I'm holding food in my offhand. I'm not even hungry. Don't know what that was. You're at Asda. Ooh, very swish. Didn't fancy Tesco then. You just want to look at the pretty home things, don't you? I know you. You don't want to go to Tesco because the upstairs will be shut and you can't look at the pretty home things. So you've gone to Asda so that you can look at them and write a huge shopping list for when we move. Is that right? Hey! Good evening, Hunter. How are you? Shred, shred, shred. Has the shop too been shut for hours? Oh yeah. I thought they were 24 hours. Yeah, but Asda doesn't have an upstairs, does it? It's like I am very, very good, thank you. Just plodding away. Feeling a lot better than I was earlier. I was really, really cold. No matter, I had like, well, this on, t-shirt, jumper, in Bournemouth. Ah, okay. Wow, you really went for that extra drive. You drove that really... I suppose there's no traffic, so you probably drove it real quick. Because you didn't have to deal with all the fart arsery of getting out of Swanage. You been busy there, though? Or you just sort of been doing the usual? You have your amazing list on the website, exactly. You're just chilling to watch for a bit, then. Oh, Bournemouth is the 24-hour. Oh, I see, I see. So you're in pool. Bournemouth is the 24-hour stuff. Oh, okay, I see. I get it. There we go. There's that. But, there we go. Just snag up all of this. Depending on how much I get, because obviously I'm going to be digging out an area underneath, I might start selling stone by the shulker box. So you get the shulker box and it's full of stone. It's like 2 diamonds or something. See if anyone will be interested in that. Probably actually want to grab up the stone before I start digging at that layer. Also would probably want to finish off this layer. Fair enough. See you in a bit, wifey. But yeah, Hunter, so have you been keeping busy, or you been fairly just chillaxing and stuff? Shred. Job searching and whatnot. Ah, fair enough. Any luck, or just you trying to find something that's more down what you want and just not really been getting much luck? Because if so, I have been there. I have been there indeed. Nothing yet. Ah, it sucks. Still doing, no, there's only KMAsKorner. Yeah, exactly. It's that or bar work, pretty much, in Weymouth. Care work or bar work, or a temp job in the tourist season when they need extra staff. You'll get a job probably from about spring through until just beginning of like winter, because, well, no, end of autumn. It's an annoying fact, but it's kind of how it is. It's just generally, I think Dorset is absolutely crap fest for jobs. There's nothing. Yeah, it took me ages to get a job, and one of the jobs I only got because it was advertised on a military base first, so before it went advertising to papers. So my mum had caught the job advert. And it was, I'd say it was possibly the best job I've ever had. Partly because it was just so dead and I never had to do anything. So I was just basically paid to sit there and do my college work, or sit there and watch YouTube. Like, there's a finite amount of space in the bar. Wow. Yeah. Keep an eye on the pick's durability. I know I've got a few of these, but the last thing I want to do is lose one of them, because they do take time to replace, even, because, you know, you've got to do all the trading with the villagers, and it's just such a bit of fart arsery to just jump through all their hoops. I hate villagers. Exactly, it's just kind of up the river of excrement without a paddle. 'Tis the unfortunate way of things, but that's how it is. Have you thought about doing a bit of streaming? I don't know what state your computer is, Hunter, but it's something to pass the time, and you know you can do it in the the ungodly hours of the wee morning when you're not going to be doing much in terms of applying for a job. And you know, if you end up having, because you know you've got quite a good personality, I think people would enjoy it. Partly just for the hair. Your afro is just fantastic. Unless have you swapped it away and changed it? No, you were too proud of that afro. You can't have got rid of it. You can't have. Hey, GB. But no, that would, I mean, I'd certainly watch. You could always use OBS, free software, and just do some whatever games. I mean, you could stream League of Legends. I know if you're still playing that. I don't know if you gave it up, though. Hark! I see a bunny! Arrow says, hello, GB. Hello? There we go. Dab here kind of died during move. Not had the much to replace parts when regrowing it, and yeah, streaming would be a good pastime. I mean, that's how it started for me. That is how it started for me. And I mean, to be honest, it is still a hobby, but I do have aspirations of turning it into a career of sorts. I mean, if I can, that would be fantastic. That's part of why I'm on Mysticraft, because, you know, it's a bunch of people who are specifically trying to do content creation, be it through streaming or through video creations and such. You know, and it's a fantastic community. I've been here 2, maybe 3 weeks, if that. You know, I think, when was it I joined? I think it was... We were going to hit since the 14th. I haven't even been on for 2 weeks. And the community is just fantastic. They've been really, really welcoming. And it's just generally a great lot. And it's there's a couple of people on here, Ninjazonza and Garden Bunny, who I used to play with over on Spuncraft. So it's actually quite nice for nostalgia in that sense as well. There we go. Thanks, Hunter. I mean, you know, if it ends up staying as a hobby, I don't care. I love doing it. I really enjoy the back and forth that I have with people in chat. I love the sort of just interaction it has. It's really, really enjoyable, and that's enough for me to keep on doing it. I'm not doing it purely because I see that someday down the line I can make money off of it. I do it because I love it, and any money I make is just a bonus and a benefit for doing something that I love. And I really wish that I'd sort of thrown myself into this sooner and maybe persuaded Mum to get better internet back at the old house so that I could have done it a bit more. But I didn't, and you know, hindsight's 20/20. I can't do anything to change that now, and if I had, you know, things might not necessarily have turned out the way they are now, and so I'm glad that I did I've done what I've done. So, you know, in the long and short of it, I think I'm happier now than if I'd done the streaming from when I was younger and possibly a bit more stupid. And by possibly, I mean extremely, extremely more stupid. I mean, I wasted a lot of money. And to be honest, Hunter, you are supporting me by being here. That's more than I would ask of a lot of, you know, a lot of people who don't have, you know, the time to spare. And I wouldn't say, well, you know, even though you don't have the time, stop by. You know, you giving me your time, because, you know the phrase, time is money. And you are sat here watching me. Just talking about sort of general reasons for streaming and stuff. Because Hunter was saying that if he could support me, he would. But you know, he is supporting me by being here, like same as you are. Oh no, you're still on. You're still on. I was going to say, so you hopped out the game and hopped into my stream, but no, you're still in the game, or have you left yourself AFK? Thank you. By the way, Hunter, that the Lazy Teen Gamer is Lazy Minecrafter in-game, so that is the connection. Don't know why it needed suction cup noises, but that's you know, I guess. I thought the whole idea was that you were going to go to sleep, not just go and procrastinate with doing some other task. Not that I'm going to complain. It's actually the best sound effect. Just got to get it just right. You just got to sort of like suction your tongue. Suction into the game. Exactly. There we go. Oh, look at that. That was so inadvertently perfect, that landing. What I want is one of these. I'm going to swap that out because it's too low to really keep going. Who really needs sleep? Exactly. That's what I've been saying for years. Mainly because I've never got it. Oh dear, I think the last time I had a good night's sleep, like a proper cycle of sleep, because when I sleep it's weird. I don't sleep, I just go unconscious. Exactly, I know you can. But yeah, so I think the last time I got a good night's sleep, where, you know, it was actually a proper cycle and not just me going unconscious, was probably when I was like 12, maybe 13. So, you know, it's been a good 10, 11 years since I had a good night's sleep. I mean, I've had alright nights of sleep, but never a good one. It's just relatively good compared to the other nights. It's the problems as you get older. Life just gets a little bit more difficult in certain ways. You know, joints start to hurt. And it's like, I thought this was supposed to happen when I'm like 70, that joints would start to hurt, not when I'm 24. I feel so beyond my years just complaining about this, but it's true. It hurt. You know, things start to hurt a lot sooner than you sort of originally believed. It's like, oh, you know, my limbs will start hitting maybe when I'm 50. You know, maybe. And you're there like, I was wrong. I was so wrong. So you just sort of suddenly realise how badly the human body ages. Oh dear. Although that might be because of our diets. You know. Okay, might as well just run over here and shred this as well. So I feel like this will have a nice little watchtower poke out over it, but it might be flattened down to be par with the rest of... Yeah, that's going to join in. So if you go dark on me, then I know you've fallen asleep, right? Oh dear. Why did I put the waypoint right there for the dungeon castle? I should have put it like somewhere in the middle. I think I put it there to keep it out the way. That is a possibility. Exactly. Haha. So I'm the soft, soothing voice to just send you off to bed. Except I'm neither soft nor soothing. Oh dear. go. You know you're weird when as you move around your bed you find both a yo-yo and a Rubik's Cube under your covers. Wow, that's certainly something. Oh, I kind of imagine you doing trick shots with the yo-yo to like, just, you're there, like you've got the Rubik's Cube sat on a desk, you're doing trick shots with the yo-yo to knock the edges over so that you can fix a Rubik's Cube with a yo-yo. And you do like a trick shot where you wrap the rope around it and then you just sort of like yank it and it just like spins all of it down and it just like lands and it's perfect. That's something I would pay to see. Somebody learn how to use a yo-yo to control a Rubik's Cube. The Yo-Yo-Bix Cube. That would be the name of the act. Get rid of the seeds. Can't quite do that. Consult in under 5 minutes in one hand and 1 minute 32. Ooh, wow. And I never bothered with them. I got frustrated and just gave up. If I gave it a go now, I probably could do it. Nowhere near as good as you can, but I would probably be able to solve it. It's just as a kid, I just got frustrated with it. And I was like, no! This is not what I want. I want easy gratification and sort of acknowledgement of things. I don't want to put in effort. This is, again, just another reason that would push to why I have ADHD. Because wifey's fairly certain I do, because I cannot sit still. I kind of haven't realised it until having been with her, but it's like, she'll want to just sit and watch something on TV and I'll just be there like, and my leg will start twitching and then I'll sort of be just like, I'll sort of almost start to vibrate. I'll just be like, I need to move. There we go. You can't solve that full stop. Ah, well. We each have our own talents. Mine isn't a Rubik's Cube either. I can do some logic puzzles quite well. I remember on a school trip we had like this scavenger hunt thing where we had to go, like we had to follow coordinates and stuff and do it. And we were split up into different teams. And our team was like 3rd or 4th. Because we'd got a really... The first bit, what it is, they gave you a bunch of letters in an envelope. And you had to figure out what word it was. And everyone else got things like cabbage or, you know, I'm trying to think, stables or things like that. And we got Mississippi. Do you know how many S's there are in that? And it's just like, we were just looking at these letters like, what can this form? What can this form? What? And it was just, and it might not necessarily have been. No, it wasn't word. It wasn't one word. It was Mississippi State, and each one. So it was like horse. Everyone else got like horse stables or chicken nugget. You know, and ours was there Mississippi State, and it was just like. How was that fair? But we still managed to win. Because another team technically finished before us, but one of their teammates had buggered off, and it was a team thing. You had to finish as the whole team across the line. They were so pissed off because this other guy, he'd buggered off to just join his other mate. And they were so ticked off with him. It was so funny. But one of the puzzles was, it was like an H with a connector in the middle. And, oh my lord. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you had that, and then you had 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you had people standing here, and they had a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So going through from 1 through 5. Now I'm hungry for chicken nuggets. Oh dear. But yeah, there we go. Exactly. What are the chances, eh? But what we had to do, you couldn't cross over. So if somebody were, if let's say number 3 moved to here, number 4 couldn't come and then move through. But what you had to do is you had them line up. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you had to get your people from across that side and line them up on this side. And I was just there like, everybody, shut up, I know this puzzle, shut up and get out of the way. And I was like, 3, move to 1. And they were like, what? I was like, move to 1, and moved over here. And then you get 2 to come into here, then you get 1 to go up that way, then you get 4 and... No, so you get 3 to go up there, then 2, then 1 comes along and goes down here, then 3 goes along down here, 2 comes down to there, 3 comes along, goes up to there, 4 goes along and up to there, then 5 goes down to there, 4 comes back, 3 comes along and goes up there, 4 then goes up and joins him, 5 goes along and up there, and 4 comes along to there, and then 3 comes along and over to there. Boom! So I don't know if it's the same, but in UK you can do like, there's like a sort of like set, not study, but like you can do lessons in it, and then you can do exams that give you a grade in it, like with musical instruments or certain dance things. So you can do grade 1 through 8 in on the trumpet. I got to grade 7. But I don't know if you've got that where you are, Arrow. It's basically just like here, this is something you could also chuck on your CV. So if you were, I don't know, applying for a job at a music studio to work as a backing musician, you could do. And you could write on your CV, yo, I've got grade 8 in every single musical instrument, which would be an impressive feat, and I'd love to see someone that can do that. But no, I was quite proud. I was like, yes! And our team, which we were like miles in last place, that puzzle brought us up, and we were in 3rd place because so many other people were stuck on it. And they were there trying to follow my moves, like, as I was doing it, because they suddenly realised, like, that I was getting it. And it was just too late. I was there like, ha 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 ha, Puzzle Master, yes! Because I remember playing a video game on Game Boy Color, and there was a game that was like that, and I managed to get it down to a T, because I challenged myself to do speedruns the game, because it was like a puzzle game on Game Boy Color. And I can't remember exactly what it was, but I was just proud. I was proud. So we're technically outside of the beacon range here. It's not a huge deal because it's a tiny area. It's like, okay, you've passed the exam, or some syllable here. Not very universal, isn't considered indicative. Fair enough. I mean, it's kind of the same thing for UK. It doesn't really do anything. It's like, if you can play the instrument, you can play the instrument. They normally have like entrance, test, exam, audition thing. That's the word, auditions. Oh, it's only efficiency 3, that's why, so the haste. I was like, I swear I should be breaking grass instant mine regardless. But it's only efficiency 3, that explains it. Why I didn't notice it because I was within range of the beacon. You're grade 4 in trumpet. Ooh, well, get on my level, grade 7. Boom! First trumpet in school orchestra, school band, and first trumpet in the Rocking Roys, which was the school band, which was like a rocking jazzy little thing that the music teacher headed up. his name was Roy Robinson, so thus Rocking Roy's. And yeah, so suck on that one. Only reason I didn't do grade 8 in trumpet was just my I wanted to just do like jazzy sort of stuff, and my teacher was like, "Oh, you'll do this classical piece," and I was like, "I don't want to do that." It's like, "But if you want grade 8, I don't want grade 8." But you want grade 8 because basically they got a performance review, and how many students passed grades was a big denominator for them as to, because it didn't just like say, "Oh, you're keeping your job." It was like, "Oh, you might get a pay rise." So they were like, he was trying to push people to do grades. I was just like, "I don't want to do a grade." And he was like, "Well, why do I even teach you that?" I was like, "Well, you're not really." So I just stopped taking lessons and started doing jazz trumpet just in my free time. Which royally ticked him off because he I did actually make a bit of a complaint to the head of music, because I was just like, I don't want to do a grade, but he's forcing me to do a grade. And the head of music was like, "Well, why don't you want to do it?" It's like, I don't need to. I don't want a career playing the trumpet. I just want to do it for fun and play some jazz. And the head of music was like, "Have you told him this?" And I was like, repeatedly. Because as well, for going for grade 8 trumpet, I had to pay, well, my mum at the time, because obviously I was still like year 7, 8. Yeah, so I was year 7 going into year 8, and my mum would have had to pay, and I think it was like 50 to 100 quid for the exam, and it was just like, really? I don't want to pay that. I don't want to pay for that. Like, Mum would have. She would have been willing to, because she was happy I was doing like something other than just gaming. But I just didn't want to do it. I don't know about you guys. Have you ever had teachers that they've pushed you to do something that you really don't want to do, or tried to make you do something that you felt was unnecessary? And it's kind of, because that did actually almost kill my enthusiasm for trumpet, and I think that has had a knock-on effect as to why I didn't really carry it over into my free time as an adult. And I haven't played it in years. I have not played it in years. I think I could pick it up fairly easily again, but I didn't have the enthusiasm. Like, I remember one time in year 6, I think it was the year that fake Elvis Presley song was released, but I really loved it. Is that the one? The Little Bit of Monica Burma? No, that's not the one. No. Oh, I've forgotten it. The one where they used like clips of him to do it. Little less sensation. That's the one. Manhattan baby. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Is that the one? I think. I can't remember. But anyway, I really, really loved the song at the time, and I started transcribing sheet music for a trumpet part for it. And I was doing really well with that, and that was in year 5 or 6. And I loved doing that, and I actually did that, and I played that a lot. And I was really proud, because I had transcribed it myself by ear. I hadn't like looked up sheet music and tried to make a trumpet version or anything, because back then internet was ADSL. So the internet that sounded like Skrillex. And then if the phone rang, you'd crap yourself, because you'd be like, "No, don't answer the phone. I'm loading something on Google." You wanted a load of video. Ooh, you better be there for years. But that was always fun, having to deal with that. I'd like to get back into my trumpet, I think, a bit once Wifey and I get our own place. Frickin' dial-up. Yeah, ADSL dial-up, that's the one, yeah. Pretty sure it's ADSL. Oh, if I'm mistaken, I am mistaken. But it just kind of... That was the question I should have asked. Not have you had any teachers try to push you, but have you ever have you had any teachers that killed your passion for something? That's the word. That's... Yeah, Mum, right, to give you an idea of how bad my mum is with internet, her internet connection is still provided by AOL. I think she's probably like the last person that's with AOL. They've just they don't remember they've just forgotten that she's still there. So it's like, oh right, well we're just getting this money from somewhere. Do we have any internet connections live? Ah, it's not the... How to teach the art teacher that killed your passion art. How so? How'd they do that? Because my trumpet teacher came close to killing my passion for that. When I moved from Castle Court to Camford, I had a teacher that killed my passion for Latin. I had a huge passion for Latin. I loved it. I loved the mythology, everything. I really loved the language. I had gone ahead in the book one holiday. I'd gone through, I think it was the Easter holiday, and I rushed ahead in the book, and I finished the entire textbook, and I'd taught myself the rest of the exercises in the book, and I handed them in to my teacher, and he was just like, damn, that's actually all correct. You did this whilst you were on holiday? It was like, yeah. And he's like, by choice? Yeah. Of your own free will, your mother wasn't forcing you? Yeah, of my own free will. I think you're the first student I've ever had who loves Latin. It was brilliant, you know, that Mr. Holden. Oh, if I could ever see him again, absolutely would give him my thanks, because he was a fantastic teacher, and I don't think I'd have as much of an affinity for languages if it wasn't for him. I mean, I generally pick up languages fairly quickly anyway. I mean, I find it hard remembering the vocab, but in terms of grammar, I pick it up really quickly. I forgot to replace my pick. But Mr. Holden was the one that he made it so fun when he was telling the Greek fables. He used to fart us about, and he used to sort of like dance around, give them silly voices, like not silly as in just making them comical, but like he'd make it funny, and he'd like do little acting bits. And he was just such a good teacher. Just wasn't good at teaching. He didn't enjoy teaching himself, and he just wasn't fun to be in class with. He himself was great at art, but really just wasn't. Yeah, basically he didn't want to teach, but he wanted to do art as a career, but his art wasn't selling, and so am I about right here? He wanted to be a popular artist. He'd taken an art teaching job as a stopgap, and it hadn't been a stopgap. I guarantee you that's the thing, and he'd ended up being there for years when he only wanted to be there for, you know, a couple of months, maybe a year, a couple of years. Oh, ghost block. That's that's Mrs. Knott. That's the one. Oh, thank you, KMA, for the. Ooh, ooh. Heart attack. Thank you for the heart attack, and thank you for the host. Oh my. Oh dear. Oh my lordy me. Well, how was the rest of your stream there? Hope you had a fun time with it. And was the farm all finished? Is it, or have you still got bits to go on it? But as I was gonna say there, no, the Latin teacher that when I moved to Camford, Mrs. Knott, she really made it boring. She literally just read excerpts in Latin and then expected us to answer in Latin, like without teaching us anything. She would just talk in Latin and then just expect us to know it, and it was just like, what? Just teach, and it just, she got me really frustrated with it, because I had gone from doing this, studying this language which I loved, and having a really fantastic teacher, to having a teacher who was really stubborn. She wouldn't acknowledge you if you said anything in English. And it was just like, fine, I drop Latin. There we go. You're happy now? You've lost a student. She actually lost a lot of students. I think she just didn't want to teach, because she was trying to whittle down the number of people doing Latin so she didn't have to teach it. So she'd be down a class. I think that's probably what she was doing. And I did actually notice she did make a few mistakes with Latin. She was using the wrong conjugations of things. I did actually try and call her out on it. She'd just be like, no, I know what I'm talking about. But obviously she'd be trying to say it in Latin. But, well. You know, sometimes you'll get teachers that kill your enthusiasm. Sometimes you'll get great teachers. I mean, when I did a year in... hello, Zonza. I did a year between Camford and Weymouth College, Thomas Hardy's, and it wasn't for me. But physics, I did physics, and I've forgotten the name of the teacher. It's bugging me. Lived in the UAE for most of my life, and they taught us Arabic, and most of the Arabic teachers were local, so they'd speak mostly in Arabic, and so I never learnt any Arabic since I don't know what the hell they were talking about. Yeah, fair enough. But I forgot the name of the teacher, but he was fantastic. He was a legend. He made physics so fun. He had these fun little examples. But he gave really fun examples, like when we were learning about rocket science, which, if you're unaware, rocket science is... the phrase, it's not rocket science, is actually a joke by scientists. Because the science behind rockets is actually very simplistic. It's not rocket science, it's a sarcastic joke that's actually been taken literally by a lot of people as a literal statement. But rocket science, the basics of how, you know, the force required, angle, velocity, all that, everything, acceleration, that is all very, very simplistic. It is quite easy to understand once you know the formula and the equations. The difficult part is when it gets to the mechanical side of it and you go into the engineering of a rocket. That is when it gets difficult. So if you were to say it's not rocket mechanics, that's when that would be the literal statement. It's not rocket science is the joke. But he would give us really fun examples. He'd be like, right, there's a penguin and, you know, there's a walrus that ate his brother. He doesn't like him, so he's got a mortar launcher. He fires a mortar launcher, the mortar weighs 3 pounds, he's fired at an angle of this much, there's a wind resistance of this in this direction. Tell me at what angle he would have to fire it to knock out the walrus and, you know, make wonderful, wonderful sculptures with his tusks. And he'd do a little funny little drawing and it'd be fantastic. And he always made things so engaging. One time we had it where he used a clamp to set up a water gun, and he set it up so that, and he was measuring wind resistance, everything, and set it up so that it would hit a certain point. And then it hit a certain point and then told us to do the same. And he said, right, I'm going to go stand on that point. If you measure it correctly, you'll hit me. So we got to, you know, squirt water guns at the teacher. Absolutely fantastic. I had a different physics teacher for teaching particle physics. She literally just sat there and she would monotonously read the book. Oh, hello, today in particle physics we're going to be doing... And that's literally how it sounded. It came out sounded like that because I just would shut off and my brain would just hear... So I just stopped going to her lessons and I just started reading the textbook myself because it was like, well, I know what we're doing. Turned out I'd actually got ahead of her class because it's quite funny. The good physics teacher pulled me aside one day and was like, why aren't you going to her lessons? It's like, because she's not teaching anything, she just reads the textbook. Like, I've been doing it in my own time and I just... We'll we'll do it. And he was like, where are you at? He was like, I'm here. And he was like, oh, you're ahead of her syllabus. He gave me a little mini test on it. I did fine. I mean, not great, but I would have got a pass. And he was just like, okay, yep, I'm going to review her syllabus. Yes and no. Computer science can have boring teachers. I remember Mr. Chalk, though. He was an absolute legend. He was so enthusiastic about it. And whenever, I remember at the time, I was writing a silly little book, and it was god-awful writing. But what I'd done is I was using Microsoft Word, and I was doing a cover for it. And I'd taken some stock images off of Google of stones and stuff, and I had, I can't remember what, it was a really cheesy name, something like the Stone of Destiny or something, I can't remember. Bearing in mind I was like 10 or 11 at the time, if that. And I'd used Microsoft Word to set up a front cover, and he's like, oh, now this is what I want you to learn, because I was there in one of the in someone else's lesson time, but for me it was a free period. He's like, this is what I want you to learn, this enthusiasm. You can do anything with computers. You can make a life. You can make a world. And he was so enthusiastic, so mad and crazy, but he's part of the reason I'm so interested in computers and bits. One of their nicknames was Captain Monotone. But oh, that must have been fun. Darn it, just outside of the beacon range here. But it was just brilliant having this teacher that, you know, he was so engaged. And we had these little robots called turtles. And we were using a program called, was it 2D Design? No, it was 2D Turtle. That was it. It came as a package for the school with the little robot turtle. And you had to write this code to tell it go forward, backwards. Just talking about different teachers and things still, so not much. But I'm just talking about one of the teachers I had back in sort of middle school for information technology, so computer science. Yeah, Hunter knows them. And he set up a little obstacle course, and he told us to measure it out, and we had to draw it on the program. And then, what was it? We had to draw it out on a CAD/CAM program, then import that file into 2D Turtle, then run the file, then run a program that would get the turtle through the maze without hitting any of the obstacle. There was enough space for the 2D Turtle to get through without hitting anything. But he'd set it up, so it was fairly difficult. He said, what I want you to do is I want you to write the code. Hello there, RB Tales. He was like, I want you to write the coding. You can work in threes. Write the coding for it. It wasn't complex coding, it was just like forward 30, rotate 23, forward 15, rotate, you know, and you had to put the right semicolons and stuff in. Just a teacher I had in middle school regarding computer science, so like information technology stuff, and he just made it really fun. And you know, that's something that a lot of teachers fail to do. They won't make it fun and engaging. Not really by any fault of their own, you know. It's understandable if they've lost enthusiasm, or if they've had a lot of bratty kids, because kids are so bratty. Oh my lord. There are so many. Like, I don't know if you've seen how some kids in British schools behave. It's not good. It's not good. But anyway, and he was like, whoever wins for the best setup and the least number of faults, you got a fault if you could hit one of the sized. I'm not being mean to kids if the kid is nice, you know, and is not a brat, and fantastic, you know. If they're willing to sit and actually try and learn, brilliant. Wifey's just outside. She's got home. But no, if the kid isn't a brat and is willing to learn and is willing to be respectful, that's the thing that's lacking in a lot of schools, is respect to teachers. I'm not saying to be best buddies with them or be friends with them, you know, because that's just social suicide, you know. But just at the very least give them your attention for the lesson. Even if you don't take it in, try and just pay attention. Like, that's what I did. Hate that word, but it does not fit. If you knew some of the kids I knew at school, you'd say it does fit. There's other four-letter words that fit them, but I'm not going to say those. I will just let the implication take you where it needs to be. There, the school I went... Oh, Daisy! There was a lot of pretentious, stuck-up bastards at the school I went to, which is unfortunate, because the school I went to was private, so, you know, you had the kids that had been mollycoddled and spoiled by their parents, you know, given everything under the sun. So, they were pretty... If the word brat fit anyone, it was them. Kids don't like teachers because teachers barely do anything to make things fun. But that's what I'm saying, you can understand why teachers wouldn't make things fun if they've had year after year of students that aren't bothering or are just calling them names or making fun of their attempts at making the lessons fun. So, you know, it goes both ways. I'm not saying that it sort of excuses teachers not bothering to make the lessons engaging, but it's understandable why someone would possibly be that way. There we go. Yes, I know I'm going home, but I needed to clear those out so I could sleep. Hello, wifey. Yeah. You alright? Have a nice drive? By the way, everybody, wifey, everybody. Most of them do. But, no, I mean, it varies on the teacher. Yeah, I mean, if none of them are, then that's just a failure on the school's part to get the teachers enthused as well. No doubt, I guarantee the school's policy is very, very, very strict and harsh to the teachers, which then passes along to the students. So, if all of the teachers are mean, it's probably a failing on the school's part. If some of the teachers are mean, it's just those teachers are either bad teachers or have been crushed by brattish kids year after year. I remember one of my teachers, Mr. Neem, taught languages, taught me French and German in years 10 and 11. He was very good. He pushed me a lot. And I don't think I would have got the results I did without him. And he was ridiculously smart with languages. If I'm remembering correctly, he speaks Russian, German, French, Spanish, and Mandarin, which that's at least 5 alphabets, I think, because Chinese has like 3 different alphabets, doesn't it? Or is that Japanese? No, Japanese has the 3 different alphabets because it's got... Mandarin has 3 as well, and then Russian is another alphabet, and then there's the English alphabet. Does Russia have 2? Well, if it has, then that's, yeah, as I said, at least 6 alphabets to learn, on top of learning the different grammatical conjugations, everything, the syntax, the vocabulary. And he used to work at the United Nations as a translator, and he would translate the agendas for meetings. Like, so he had to get it right. But he would translate the agendas for their meetings and stuff. Score's not even... oh dear. Oh well. I mean, the best thing to do is just to make the best of it of what you can, RB. So, you know, make your time at school as enjoyable for you as you can. Just, obviously, as long as you're not making it horrible for other people, so don't, you know, like how some people will bully to make their time more interesting. That's not the way to go. But, you know, if you have a specific... What's your favourite subject? Like, what do you find the most enjoyable? Do you like languages, arts? Do you prefer sport? Sciences? What's your passion at school? What makes you excited to be there, if anything? Because the best thing that you can do is just spend your time doing what makes you happy. Exactly. Nobody likes a bully, and people remember bullies. So it will always come back to haunt them down the line. Science is your favourite subject. Then throw yourself into that. You know, go, if your school has a library, go to the school library, take out some books on it. You know, I'm not saying just to become a huge bookworm. Obviously, if you want to have fun and time with your friends and stuff, go ahead, do that. You know, school isn't just about the learning. It's also,
Voldorius.
Thank you for the follow.
I should say, Voldorius.
It's also about the experience that you get socially as well. So, you know, don't just... don't cut yourself off from everyone else and any of your friends just to throw yourself into it. But, you know, make the most of what you can whilst you're there. You know, throw yourselves into the sciences. If you've got any of your science teachers that are excited, never heard. Is that you've never been bullied before, or that you've never bullied someone before? Either way, whichever way it is, fantastic. You know, lucky for you if you haven't been bullied, and good on you if you haven't been a bully. So, you know, I'm ashamed to admit that I, at one point, was a bit of a bully to someone. Me and my friend at the time, Mark, this guy really wanted to be our friends, and we did kind of exploit his want for acceptance, I'm not going to lie, and I'm not proud of it. And I did after a while, because his school, he moved schools, but his sister, younger sister, stayed at the school. One time I ran into him as he was waiting to pick her up. I did apologise to him, and you know, he accepted that, and we did stay friends for a bit of time. Well, lucky you then. But it eats away at you, and I wasn't proud of it, and I used that to sort of try and better myself and move on. I've used that to try and make sure that I never did it again. I mean, I was bullied a lot at school, and I think that I kind of took it out on him a bit to sort of have that position of power, because you go from being the person with no power to being the person with all the power, and it's kind of intoxicating in a way. At the moment, I am just flattening this extreme hills down, just getting it down to y equals 80. We're at 83 at the moment on this section, but we're going to be building a giant fort. What I'm going to quickly do, if I add media files, then scroll down, I can show you a rough layout. So this here is a rough plan for what I'm going to be doing in this build. So there's going to be a huge fort up the top left that you can see, and then that's going to be like a big raid dungeon. There's going to have loads of different rooms in it, traps, etc. It's going to be a huge evil fortress. And there's going to be a path weaving its way out through the swamp down with a destroyed town and bits and bobs all along the path going down to possibly another village. It might just be that the path just peters out of existence and just vanishes away. But that's going to be going along this way. So the fort's going to be up on this extreme hill. So I'm just flattening it out, as you can see. I've got this section here. I've actually got a good section of it flattened out. I've got all of that bit there sorted. So I just need to flatten...
Voldorius.
Thank you, Weasel Zombie, for
I
the
should
follow.
say, Voldorius.
So I've just got this section here and here to finish off flattening out. So I'm about halfway, two-thirds done. Exactly. You feel bad when you make someone feel bad. And I mean, at the time, you know, because I was 12, 13, I didn't really sort of pick up on it, but then once I'd seen sort of... Because it didn't seem like anything bad was happening, it seemed like he was enjoying it as well, but he was enjoying it for the sake of wanting the acceptance, and it is quite an eye-opening moment when you see that they're not enjoying it, and it's not a proud thing, a proud moment at all. It is something that stays with me, and now whenever I'm ensure that I don't, but if I see anyone being bullied, I will try and help if I can. I won't just step in blindly, that's a foolish thing to do. But go to that person and sort of ask them, you alright, is everything alright? Can I do anything for you? Even just being there for them as a friend. Yes, Arbitels. This is the Mysticraft server. It's basically a server for people that want to do content creation. And there's Lazy Minecrafter is AFK at the moment. He's the lazy teen gamer in chat. But we've got a few other people on here, so we've got loads and loads of them. We've got Family Craft Dad, Tool Bunny, Garden Bunny. That's Bunny with an I, and then Bunny with a Y. ProtosVault, KMAsKorner. I'm trying to remember all the names here. How wait, I can cheat. Let me zoom over to the spawn on the map. Where's Rose Lake? It's here somewhere. Haha! There we go. So we've got KMAsKorner, Lazy Minecraft, Family Craft Mum, Menacevol, Ninjazonza, Tool Bunny. How wait, let me turn the grid off. KindaGoogly, Foxtails, QueenVoldorius, that's me. That was my Minecraft username until recently. We've got the Accountant, Family Craft Dad, Bendomion, Kaiseri, ProtosVault, Archangel, Jamdoggy, Garden Bunny, Tombot1, he's on a brief hiatus for 3 months, and we have Lordrip1 as well. So there we go. Ha ha! Oh dear, a little cheat sheet in the stream. Yes, Fox is on here as well. If you start creating content, you can hop on here as well. You'd have to wait. I'm not sure when the next batch of people that they'd want in, so when applications will be open. But you can try and snag your way in. Just you've got time until that batch opens up, and then you can come join us again. Oh dear. But no, it's actually quite interesting how many people from Spumcraft are on here. We've got Zonza, Garden Bunny, and Fox. So it's almost like the OG Spumcraft crew, minus, you know, a few. So we're missing Droid and yourself on here, Arrow. But we're pretty much there. It's not a guarantee, Arrow, but it's basically one of the main things of the server is that you create content, and I don't know, I can't say because Tool Bunny's the one in charge. Well, guess what, Vola? I'm about to log in. Ooh, very nice. But yeah, it's not. I can't guarantee anything because obviously I'm not the one sort of sorting out the bits with applications. That's more. So if I start making tap dancing, no. Minecraft content, Arrow. Yeah, you cheeky bugger. Fine. Minecraft content. I've specified now. Are you happy? Oh dear. Those tap dancing videos still need to exist. Exactly. I mean, Arrow does have one, if I remember correctly. That's... I don't know if it was uploaded on your channel, Arrow, but I remember that there was a tap dancing video available somewhere. Did I put any of the other shovels in here? No. What we're going to do, we're going to do a quick trip to the Nether Hub. To the gold farm even, and repair our picks, and I know I've got a load of shovels over here somewhere. That's what that was it was on someone else's Facebook. That's the one. I thought it was on YouTube, I got mixed up there. That would be really cool. Honestly, I would enjoy those, Arrow. That would be really nice to see, because it's always nice watching other people's sort of like their hobbies or their aspired careers. Yeah, I was going to say aspirative, but that's not the word, is it? So I'm going to repair all of these. That's all good. Don't need to fire off a rocket there, but oh well. And that's all good as well. So Zonza's building a house. He's going to log on in a minute. I guarantee you it. My Zonza sense is tingling. Elytra, do you wanna... There we go. Do you wanna launch? So, this is slight sneak peeks of things. You'll understand things when it's done. Sister moved out of home recently. I have plans to turn it into a small... Oh! Very nice. Wifey and I are actually moving very soon, hopefully, to our own place. So I'll hopefully... Well, if Zonza's willing, we could share a Discord channel and we could multi-Twitch it. But the thing is, we're not really working together, so if you want to go and pop into Zonza's Arrow, feel absolutely free. But he's not on the server yet, so he's not fully started. But no, so what... I'll take that off of there as well, so that I'm not accidentally throwing fish at them. Fair enough, Hunter. Thank you very much for stopping by. Take care, and yes, I'll drop you a message on Facebook. But yeah, no, it'd be nice to have a meet-up sometime. Bit tight at the moment, so what with the possible near move and recently getting the new car, so things are a little tight. So it'd probably have to wait a couple of months, but it'd definitely be nice to have a bit of a meet-up and a good catch-up sometime. You have two different computers, you'll watch on both. Wow, spoiled! What are you going to do? One headphone in one headphone in the other, and you're just there, just like... Get a mixer deck, and you can, like, switch between me and Zonza. And then you can be, like, DJing our voices. Oh dear, that would be silly. No headphones. Oh wow, so it's just a so it's just a cacophony of voices. Well, look at that, our gear is already repaired. So I need to just grab a snowball out of here. Then where's the ladder? There it is. Oh. Hey, look at that snapshot. just going to sit here, chuck that in the offhand and that into there, and that XP will start trickling in. Looking at another doing another custom mod in Minecraft once one of the other series gets further along. Don't know if I would do a vanilla one given the amount of time versus time gathering resources. That's true. Gathering resources and the amount of time you have to invest for a vanilla survival video series is quite intense. It's especially for the way that I do it, because my projects get bigger and bigger, and I feel bad showing, oh well, we've done a little bit more of the layout. Well, that's a 30-minute episode. You know, I can't just do the thing like, I don't know if any of you watched Tobuscus with his start. Oh my lord, that's a lot of pigment. Is that meant to be open? There we go. Someone had accidentally right-clicked that. So there we go, take that out, put that in, and that there. But, you know, I can't... The way Tobuscus did it is he used to literally just record 30 minutes of him playing. That was it. No editing. It was 30 minutes of recorded every day. 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. I can't bring myself to do it like that, because for me, especially with my... I'll have a lot of procrastination and stuff. I feel that's kind of like... For me, I mean, it kind of worked for Tobuscus because his entertainment wasn't the Minecraft. His entertainment was his commentary. Mine is more the builds and stuff coming together, I think, because I'm not as mad as Tobuscus. So, wow, I should have been coming here all along for repairing tools. This is just so good. But, so, especially as I get later on in projects, like the start, and they're like, okay, I got diamonds gear. Oh, we're fighting the Ender Dragon. You know, that's all like lots of different episodes. But then once it gets later, it's like, oh, I've done a layout for a mansion. I've built that mansion. Okay, now I have to gather the resources for 3 more mansions and do those in an episode, because I'm not going to show the same episode 3 times pretty much with the building of the mansion. And so it does start to require a lot more input in terms of time and effort of what you're gathering and producing for the same length video. So for me, this is why I like the streaming. I've got the interaction with you guys, and then what I'm doing on the YouTube front is I'm doing it as an update format. So at the moment it might be updates every week, because the progress will be going a lot quicker, but it'll probably slow down to updates every month, and then I'll upload the VODs on YouTube as well of the streams, thus the no copyright music. Any streams that I do song requests on, that VOD won't be uploaded because I don't want a copyright strike on my YouTube. And that is pretty much it. Okay, let's take that off because it's taking all the XP away. There we go. Quickly switch to 1. Put all those back on, and then hold space, not shift. Boom. There we go. I'll leave the gold because I'm not too fussed about it, so if anyone's after the gold, and that's not where I want to go. I want to go here. That'll take me back to the hub. I think it was Jam that set up this railway. Big props to Jam. If any of you want to watch any of the other Mystics, feel free to drop into the description down below. All of the Mysticraft people's links are there for their Twitches or for their YouTubes. They are all fantastic and worth a check. As I said, Tombot is currently on a 3-month hiatus. If I remember correctly, doing Air Force training, basic training. But yeah, so if you want to check any of them out, as I said, description down below. Ooh. This is such a long rail. The materials for this can't have been cheap either, because it's all gold, redstone lamps, the glass, the terracotta, or is that concrete? F3, concrete. And the floor is stone brick slabs. But no, I understand where you're coming from with that, Routus. Like, modded Minecraft is a lot better in terms of a sustained series. I love how all these other... It's like a green tunnel, a red tunnel, a yellow tunnel. The multicoloured rainbow tunnel of purple, magenta, pinkness. Kind of looks like... it's been mentioned in the Discord before. Is the twisty marshmallows. I've forgotten what they're called. Wifey knows what they're called. Hey-o! There we go. Put the fish in the offhand and eat that. Hatcher had that come up with there. Sims4 got a couple of flags, but YouTube has an option to remove that stuff in the Creator Studio if that happens. That is one of the good additions that YouTube has made. It is a really, really nice addition of that to make it so that you can just cut that bit out or mute it or something. Go back. Go back. Oh, I wonder, is Zonza in Spawn? So I'm watching chats pop up near the stream. Hi, Arrow. I wonder, is he somewhere around here? Let's have a quick fly around. Let's go through back to spawn. See if we pick up his name tag anywhere. Is he somewhere over this way? Ninjazonza. Hello. Hello. Have some fish. Fish. Alright, there we go. So we're going to hop in the Discord.
Hop over.
Hello. Shall we hop down to
real quick.
streaming 1 just so that others who join, if they log on, are aware?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Sneaky sneakies, hello.
Yeah, sneaky sneakies. How's my audio? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, absolutely fine. Absolutely fine.
Okay. I'm having to play with my audio. OBS is not being nice to me today.
Yeah, I kind of need to change this over here because obviously I've FCD made a slight sort of a jokey complaint, but a complaint nonetheless. It's like somebody bought all my dark prismine. QueenVoldorius or Voldorius? I don't know. He's got two names. I don't know which. Pick one. So I merged the two.
Well, there you go.
We've merged the two.
Okay, quick mic check for anyone that's on real quick. Okay, he had to mute my... Oh yeah, hearing the double.
Yeah.
Okay,
but he'll be able to hear it
as long as I
through.
sound good,
Yeah.
then that should be fine. Yeah, it's funny, when I first started to try this stream, for whatever reason, OBS shrank my my viewing screen and all that, so I don't know why it did it, so I had to like recenter it all of a sudden and whatnot.
Yeah, no, it does that sometimes. It's a bit of a pain.
So I thought I had everything prepped, but I was wrong. So anyways, to cue you in on what I was telling everyone about, number one, if you happen to pop on my screen, or on my stream, I'm actually doing a different texture pack that I'm going to run the whole series, because I think it's a beautiful texture pack. It's that pure DB craft.
Yeah,
so
just
it's
loading your
much
stream
more
up now to
adventurous.
have a look at it. Oh, and a PlayStation 4 advert for some creepy game with Bleedy Eyes McGee.
So here, when you first look into my stream, you give it the 30-second delay. Just look at the image that you see. I put all the HM or the HUD off.
Still got the ad. It's some World War. Oh, it's Call of Duty World War 2. Fun. Yay! I'm never buying it. So just stop giving me the ad.
So yeah, it'll be there in just a second.
Ooh, very pretty. Oh wow, the lighting on it goes really nice.
Gorgeous? So
right, have
one of the reasons I came up here is I was going to try and figure out where I was going to build my little house, and I queued them into my house idea. And what I'm going to build for just the little starter house, since it's a must on the server, is I'm going to build the small castle that you see at the end of the Super Mario Brothers levels, like the original Super Mario Brothers.
I remember you saying
from the NES.
Yes, that's really cool.
So I need to gather some clay, make some bricks, but more importantly, I need to find a spot to build it where it won't look absolutely hideous next to Garden Bunny's amazing builds. So that's what I'm debating on right now.
What you could do is dig underneath the ground, put a Mario pipe, and have it all underground.
Well, actually, that was one of the jokes I was going to do. I was thinking of trying to add a pipe next to the building, do the flagpole and all that kind of stuff. I partially built it offline on a single player world, and it ends up being about a 10 by 11 building that's about a little under 12 tall, so it's not big. But then there were some other things I was going to work on with it that were going to be pretty cool.
I've just had an idea. You could put 2 pipes, and down one of them, what you need to do is try and put I don't know, I'm trying to think of something that you can't see through but you can fall through, but there isn't really anything. But have cactus
well, there's a couple
in one
of tricks
them.
for that.
Have cactus in one of them, so it's like the plant that kills you. Problem is then people would lose their items, but or what you can do is have it so that there's a little diamond of cactus, and you have to sort of quickly wiggle and get down the middle.
Yeah, that'd be funny. Well, the other thing you could do is there was a trick, I don't know if it was patched or not, that you could do the different color fence posts and they wouldn't connect right.
I think nether brick
maybe they did patch it.
The different coloured, as in different wood fence posts connect.
Yes.
But different coloured as in nether brick to cobblestone wall and nether brick to
those don't connect and all that.
Fence posts and fence posts to cobblestone wall, and they're all the one combinations that don't blend.
Yep.
Does it blend? It does not.
Nope. So anyways, I had a couple ideas. So I kind of wondered about doing it just to the left of this path down here, a little bit away from the flower, so you don't necessarily have to see it, so to speak, or kind of back over where Garden Bunny's like little house is, like maybe up around the hill off like that way.
On the little swampy section.
No.
Oh no, up on that hill. Okay, that little house behind that little house. I see.
Yeah. So my Electra wasn't kicking on for whatever reason. So hopping down the path.
You vanished.
Yeah. Sorry, I flew down to the path. I was freaking out because my Electra wasn't kicking, and it was like, no.
Voldorius.
Thank you.
I should say, Voldorius.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I gotta sleep in a bed. Let me sleep in a bed real quick, and actually sleep in Garden Bunny's bed.
Oh, how scandalous! And after only how many years of marriage, you're sleeping in her bed. Woo!
Yeah. I can't sleep in my wife's bed. I've been kicked out.
Well, much in Spumcraft history, we'll build you a doghouse.
Oh yeah, I had actually mentioned that in the start of my stream.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, this time she maybe wanted to build me a doghouse.
Not quite.
So anyways, I was debating on potentially following over around here with a hill, and maybe like either nesting it somewhere on like one of the hills over here, but I do see some random chests and things. And my fox is doing something over here.
So I think this is maybe Fox's little sort of... No, I was going to say this is his little den. That hole goes nowhere.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a little just hovel here.
Yeah.
No,
so then the other idea was kind of up over
the idea
here on
build.
the hill of potentially putting it right here if it can fit right, and ironically it would be right next to the nether portal. You know, kind of evil looking. Or
Sorry,
the other one
I'd
was...
lost you. And then you said nether portal.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
haha,
sorry.
I know.
So the other idea was to either put it right over around here just before the hill,
Yeah.
kind of next to the other Garden Bunny building, or put it just below it in this area right here.
Okay. I mean, this does restrict you quite a bit because you've got things on pretty much all sides except like diagonally. So I think that up here, going into this hill here gives you more space. So if you wanted to expand, you could expand out towards the back and sort of add some more towers and struts and bits and bobs and tallywags.
Because I don't think anyone's got anything over in this hill.
As far as I'm aware, if I look at the map, I don't see anything. There's a small thing over there. I think that's a slime. Is that slime?
I kind of might want to check the underground. Actually, I am very much changing this song. What is up with this?
I'm not quite sure what this is. I think this is some kind of mob farm. There's like a little glass border. I'm going to fall into it and see what it is.
Wait, where's that at? You're up on the hill?
I was up on the hill. There's like this thing falling down. I think it was... Oh, is this... This looks like an iron farm. Okay, this was an iron farm. Oh, darn, now I'm kind of stuck in it. Oh.
Don't get stuck in it.
Well, I've got Silk Touch, so I can...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's a little iron farm here, but this is Tombot and Tool Bunny's little iron farm.
Okay.
So that's just... I don't know if it's still working or if it's balked, but there's one here.
Yeah, I know they complained about some of those not working right.
Yeah, I think the Iron Phoenix is the one that they didn't have. They were trying to build the Iron Phoenix and it didn't quite work.
Yeah.
So yeah, are you at the little glass structure bit?
Yeah, I'm... there you are.
Yeah. So yeah, this is just to give sight. I don't know where the villagers are, but I fell inside it and it's just a little iron farm.
Okay, so at least on the plus side, that's more to the west.
Yeah, it's a bit more off to the side, so you should be alright.
I'll be fairly safe then.
Especially if you nestled it in that little valley bit there. Or right at the back here, there's this sort of where the nether brick block is. You've got this section here. It could nestle quite nicely, sort of coming forward out of here. I don't know if that's smushing it too far back though. So
I'm almost thinking, because of the sizing, I might be able to get away with knocking out a couple of these trees here, and level off this spot a little bit.
Yeah, I think that should be cool.
Yeah,
and then what you can do is you can add like a little tunnel and have like a bigger base bit in the back here, so you could put some storage rooms or something in there.
Well, see, originally it was just going to be just the little starter house and nothing fancy at all. I had an idea for something I wanted to do that was a little bit fancy, but it was going to be very minimal, and then actually go find a base location and all that kind of stuff. So.
All right. Yeah. I mean, that sounds pretty good. And you always have space to expand bits of it if you so wish. So if you wanted to put in a few of the pipes and maybe another little reference or something to Mario bits, then you can, because you've got the space to do it.
Let's see, who is this building right here?
This is the armory. So this is like the starter armory place. You went on the... Oh, it's been restocked. So when new people join, or I guess in, push comes to shove, worst case scenario, you die and lose all your stuff.
I can run here.
You have nothing else. Like in an emergency, let's say your bed was broken, you spawn back here. You can quickly grab a set of armor and run to wherever you lost your gear.
Exactly.
As long as you sort of repair it and replace it.
That reminds me, we don't actually have a public iron farm on the server at all,
we
do
don't.
we?
Not yet. They were working on the Iron Phoenix, but just something is balked.
Yeah, they were
does
having
not,
problems with
something
it.
does not work. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't like the world, which is unfortunate.
Alright. Well, in that case, because there's a couple of things I'm missing, I need... Took my lecture back off. I need to go gather some iron, or at least something, so I can make an axe.
If you want to stop by my base, you can pick up some iron and bits and bobs if you want. I'm not fussed. I've got a load of iron because I traded with Garden Bunny. So if anything, it would just be getting some of Garden Bunny's iron back, because I saw
awesome.
An absolute buttload of sand. I think it was 4 shulker
so what
boxes.
I would need is just an... Oh yeah, that reminds me. Remember how you gave me the shulker box? You never gave it back.
Yeah. I've got it. It's somewhere. I think it's in one of the chests up here, actually. But it's because, remember, I pinched it to put Kaiseri's stuff in.
Yep, all the stuff in. Oh shit! Look out! Look out!
Ooh, nice punch!
Yes.
Nice punch!
Get out of here. Got him!
Hey!
Got him! Hopefully you didn't lose anything.
No, look how close it was to breaking the shulker box.
Oh, and falling all the way down there.
I mean, I've got my elytra equipped and rockets fairly handy, so it's not a huge deal.
Yeah,
here you
well,
go.
I just took off my Electra. Thank you. And again, thank you so much
my
for
super
the loot
safe,
crate.
super safe nether tunnel, as you can see.
Yeah. Especially after
It's about to get a hell of a lot safer. Air quotes. No, it's not. It's dangerous. Don't fall.
Oh, cool. Gas tier. Nice.
Whee!
Nope, I did fall.
There you go. Well, no, that falling to there is fine. It's this bit here.
Oh, here, let me at least...
We got a bleep boop. It's for FCD.
There we go.
Just sneak. FCD's snuck in. Whoa.
Yep. But you kind of ruined that, didn't you?
Well, I think the Discord bloop kind of ruined that. The bloop.
Fair enough. But, I just wanted to let you know, Zonza, you can't hear Vold at all.
Oh, you can't hear
on
him?
your stream. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like very, very, very faintly.
Yeah, you know what, I think I'm just gonna shut off the
Hello,
music. Stupid music
Zonza's
thing's acting crazy.
stream.
We don't hear the music at all. I
Really?
didn't know there was music.
My OBS is losing its mind today. It's just stupid.
That's not nice.
Alright, hang on. Let me add a quick audio.
Didn't mean to interrupt, but I just figured.
That's alright.
No, you're fine. That's actually very good to know because I thought that was working.
Also, I don't know if you know this.
troubleshooter.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but your aspect ratio is the standard. Like, it's not widescreen.
Yeah, and that was set earlier. Now it's all goofed up, and I don't know why that's all.
Did you, when you were changing the settings, did you close out and hit cancel or the X? Not okay.
No.
Hello there, Rocky Jedi. Hello.
Okay. Discord. Add that real quick.
What I can do.
I thought maybe you were in VR or something.
No, because it's not working right with the other stuff.
Okay.
Oh, whoa, what the? Ah, cop.
Are you okay there?
What
Did
the
you?
hell just hit me?
Where are you?
Oh, I had a blaze shoot me.
Zonza, get back in the game.
Yep. Yeah, I had a blaze shoot me. I need to run a bold space and then I can fix the audio.
Safety, safety, safety.
FCD, how do you capture the Discord audio? Because I couldn't see the right option.
It should be along with desktop in your case.
Yeah, it should be desktop sounds, surely.
Alright, hang on. Okay, this should be safer.
It might out it differently, so I can have it separate from everything else. That's probably why we couldn't hear the music either. You might have the music way down underneath even Volt's voice, and we're hearing the full desktop. We can't hear any music and just barely hear him.
Yeah, see, I had audio set up for... Oh. Hang on.
Where did you vanish to? You're not in the overworld, you're not in the nether. You vanished for me. Or is it the client desync? You're probably here. I just can't see you.
Okay, can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Okay.
Now we got some desktop sounds.
Anyway.
Okay.
I forgot to repair
we
that.
We hear us a little louder now.
That is my original fortune pick because that is the one.
So
that
right
I had,
now I need not display
'cause it's
capture.
That's the first fortune pick I got on the server.
That'd be under
should do enough.
audio output capture, right? I'm an OBS noob. I thought I had this set up right.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you were just whispering to the dog
No,
or something.
that's not it.
But oh.
I wouldn't sweat it too much. We can, unless you want unless you want the stream to be a little bit, get it rightish.
Well, I want to have it where they can hear Vold.
Right.
Well, if you want,
Alright,
just use a multi-twitch, and then if you wanted, mute your audio because I'm on push to talk, but you're on constant, so they'll hear both you and me.
They can hear both now. I don't know what you did.
Fair enough. Whatever you did, it's
Okay,
fine.
works now?
It's a little bit echoey, but
All right. Well, if it's working, it's working.
Come on.
Let me try.
oh wait, I don't know if we hear you. Oh no, we do. Okay, I heard you say that.
Okay, so you can hear me now.
Daisy, come here.
All right, then what if I do this? Can you hear me now still? Test. It's all broken. Test.
Yes.
I'm
Daisy,
waiting for it.
what's that? Daisy, what's that?
Test.
No.
Shake.
Daisy, what's this?
All right, now you gotta stop.
There we go. Yes.
Yeah, I don't hear you at all now. Yeah, I don't hear you at all in the stream.
All right, go figure. OBS broke everything.
And,
All right,
and you've kind
well,
of
if it's
like
okay,
vanished somewhere.
If the
as
audio's
well.
okay now, I'll just leave it, and I'll get with you later to get my settings
Yeah,
right.
we'll play with it. We'll play with it for sure. I'll leave you two at it.
No
thank you for the
worries.
heads up.
Thanks for the heads up as well.
Yeah, no problem.
Ta-da!
Like I said, I'm new to this.
Yep. The first few streams are always shaky. It's fine.
What are you doing?
All right. Well, anyways, you had some iron.
Yeah, are you here or are you...
Yeah,
'cause
I'm right next to you.
I can't see you. I'm going to relog.
How about now?
No. You'll need to relog because I can't see
I'll
you.
log.
Yeah. We'll figure it out one way or another.
We'll get this to work. Okay,
There
how
we
about
go.
now? There we go. That's a weird bug on this server.
Yeah, it is. So since you're mining clay, have that, and you like pistons and stuff, have that.
Oh, holy crap! You didn't need to give me all this
Ah,
stuff.
it's alright. I've got plenty to spare. Let's...
Jeez.
You know what? Where is it? There you go. I've got plenty, and I'm not looking to use many hoppers and stuff for the time being, so that should cover all your needs. And as I said, if you ever need clay for your bricks, just look at the plethora of clay. There's so much clay.
So what I'm probably gonna do is head back there and set up a chest or two, get a little bit of wood, and then actually come back for the clay because I'm gonna have to smelt up quite a few bricks.
Yeah, and if it makes it any easier for mining it... I thought I had some, but...
Okay, so that was a fortune 3. Awesome.
Yeah, so that should give you plenty. I was gonna give you a silk touch one as well. Oh, there in my inventory, I've got like 4 of those. If you want a I've got 3 silk touch ones, so if you want a silk touch one as well for getting gravel, there you go.
Might as well.
Yeah, because that way, if
crap,
you need to
I'm
make
getting decked out.
if you need to make concrete, you can just make a buttload of it with gravel. Because otherwise, you're gonna if you hit gravel with that Fortune 3, you are never getting any gravel blocks.
No.
But yeah, so that's gonna be pretty hectic.
Yeah, just a bit.
Oh, and yeah, there's some more food for you.
Fish.
I got a little smeltery platform set up over here, just smelting fish.
Awesome. How much have you been catching? Holy cow!
Well, I've just pinched some from the community fisher because there's just endless amounts of it. I've got some more raw fish in here.
Well, in that case, I'll just swing by there.
Yeah, it's perfect.
That reminds me, the one thing I should have did in my last stream, but I never did, was actually set waypoints for any place we went to.
Yeah, the area I'm if you want to come and see the area I'm clearing. Do you have any rockets with your elytra?
Yes, actually I do.
Ah, awesome.
Let me switch it back out.
I'll just climb up in the tree for a launch pad. Daisy, what are you doing?
I am very much a noob when it comes to flying with these.
That's all right.
So normally in VR they scare the hell out of me.
We just want to head off basically straight in that direction, so that's northwest.
Northwest?
Just, yeah, so
there we
off
go.
in this direction, just keep heading straight. And you'll kind of see it's quite obvious, it's just a big extreme hills biome that's getting progressively more flatter.
Oh jeez. Yeah, you've
I can't take all the credit. Ark did give a hand the other day when I was streaming. He came over, he just joined the voice. And I was like, do you want a hand? I was like, what? It's like, oh, I'll come and help dig if you want. It's like, right, okay.
digga.
So,
jeez, this whole
dear.
area, huh?
Yeah, this is where this entire Extreme Hills is where the big mega Fort of Doom is going for evilness.
Nice.
Because I'm kind of inspired. I don't know if you've been watching the anime or saw the first season of it, Overlord.
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it. I know the premise of it, and it
so
sounded really good.
And it's really nice because it's quite clever because he kind of plays the point of being a villain, but he's one of the villains that it's hard to tell. He's not a villain, but he's not a hero. And he's definitely he's not even like hero as in just he's crass like Deadpool. It's just that he is a villain, but he does good things occasionally. So I've got to just dig off.
I will have to add that to my list to watch.
It is so good. They're currently airing the second season. But I've just got to dig this bit over here. Right, Daisy, do you want down? Right, okay.
I'm going to steal some of these.
Off you go. Good girl.
I got to flatten out that one area.
But
so
this area here, the fun thing is, right, because it's quite nice because FCD, Arc, Jam and a few others, they've said that they're actually willing to give a hand with this later, because I'm flattening down this extreme hills to y equals 80. Then the bit over here, the other side of this ravine, because what good would a fort be if you've got a big sort of overarching cliff the other side that is taller than your walls? It's not really a defensive point, is it?
No.
So that extreme hills is being flattened down to y equals 65.
So the one where I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, the one that is bigger than the one that I've actually been digging out currently. And
that'll take a while.
Yeah, but a few of the other mystics have actually said that they'd be willing to do a big dig, like just have a big day for a community big dig.
Party.
Yeah, a dig party, and I'd just say, look, keep whatever keep whatever you mine if you want, and they've said that they wouldn't mind doing it, because what I'd like to do is time lapse that section being dug down. Like this section's not that great because it's just going down to y equals 80, but to give you an idea of how low that is, that's going down to this height here.
Oh wow,
I might go to 67, give myself a bit more playroom in terms of height. So that wow, I can do this, I swear. That's great.
Now,
There we go. That's that
So
high.
right there. So all of that.
All of
to
this
that.
to dig down.
You're nuts.
Yep, but would it be me if I wasn't nuts?
Good point.
And that swamp and dark oak forest that we passed over, that's back this way. Yeah, I'm digging out all the trees of those and then doing custom trees. Because I want to make the dark oak forest taller, because you can't really walk through a normal dark oak forest. Not easily anyway, and you'd have to break leaves. So I'm going to make custom trees to bring the leaves higher. Just going to grab some more rockets. I don't have any. Darn.
I got 56.
It's fine, I've got enough for now, I think. I haven't got any hidden away. Well, it'll do for now. But yeah, so this entire, or at the very least, the bits closer to the path. I say all of it, but this is a huge dark oak forest. But the pathway's going to go.
Yeah, that is pretty big.
Have you got my stream open to see the screen?
Actually, I pulled it off, so I wasn't going to mess with the audio. Actually, give me a second.
I'll add the media. It's fine. I've got to add the media file back up.
I have. Give me a quick second. I have my other. Well, not necessarily my other screen, but my other laptop. Oh, come on. Twitch, quit doing that.
It's always fun when it pays off. Also, I love the fact that you've probably got the advancements for diamonds and stuff before you've got the advancements for iron.
Yeah, I think I did.
That happened with me, because where I had to pick up Tombot's stuff, I got the advancement for getting an elytra and diamond gear before I got the advancements for even getting wood. There we go. So on the screen at the moment, you can sort of see.
Put it this way: I haven't even punched a tree yet.
Wow. So
okay, yeah, I see the defensive wall.
Yeah, there's a defensive wall, and then that structure in the middle. That's not exactly the shape it would be. That was just a rough idea of how big the fort would be. And then you've got the dotted line is the pathway that would lead to it. And where there's if you want in game, just over this way, just basically fly straight south. There's a clearing in the roofed forest.
Oh, okay, there it is.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do here, this is going to be set up for like where there's like a raid set up, and what I'm going to do is put a World of Warcraft summoning stone as a nice little reference. And maybe some like little tents and armor stands with gear on, and maybe get some villagers trapped here or something, as though they are, as though they're the raiders, or maybe some traders or something, some vendors, for selling last-minute potions and stuff. And then the path would continue back towards where my original little hut is, with. There'd be a destroyed town along the way, and there's also going to be some bits and bobs, maybe like a broken siege engine, a destroyed or knocked over cart, nice little details, just nothing major, but nice little things to sort of add to it.
Well, all it takes is the little details.
Indeed, and the little details are the things
that's
that
what
take
Garden
all the
Bunny does for her magic.
Ah, yeah. No, that was always why I hired her on Spumcraft to do the islands. I was like, I'll build the islands. I can build the big shapes. I suck at decorating. Can you please? Here's some throw diamonds. Throw diamonds.
Just take it. Just take it all.
Just take all my money and build me pretty things.
And yet she looks going, it's not that pretty, and we're all like, yes.
Yep, I remember that. Where she was there going, it's I don't know if I can keep your diamonds because I'm not too happy with how the islands come out. And then it's just like, no, it's fantastic, Garden. Just stop.
Here's more diamonds.
More diamonds. Although actually, I think if I remember correctly, she was actually quite proud of the island, the way that had turned out.
Yes, she was. She was very proud of that one.
Yeah,
she was kind of sad when we went over to the other world.
It's the interiors of... Whose was it? It was... Who was the hired her for the interiors? Was it Arrow or was it? No, it wasn't Arrow.
No, it wasn't Arrow because he did all his own stuff.
Yeah, he did. Oh, that's gonna really bug me. I can't remember who it was. Oh, was it Panda, Promiscuous Panda?
Maybe it was Panda. Well, I thought Panda did the giant ship at one point.
Oh, I forget.
No,
I forget.
no,
This
no,
is...
that wasn't Panda. I had the old world open up earlier too, and
Yeah, I can't remember what she was doing it, who she did it for. Yes, we're reminiscing about old Spumcraft.
That sounds more familiar because I remember whoever it was, they were blown away by it, and they're like, "I got off cheap."
Yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna get back to me digging.
Oh no, that's fine.
I failed at launching.
Back to your base. There it is. Oh, good. I just missed plastering a tree.
Yep, I didn't miss blasting a tree, and I lost like 3 hearts. But no, yeah, Arrow, we're just talking about
there we go.
good old Spumcraft days and Garden Bunny. Do you remember the interiors Garden Bunny used to do as like her little shop?
So much for the tools and everything.
Oh, how come?
That's going to help out a lot.
Oh, no, I thought you said so much as in like they'd been lost, and I was like, what? You've lost them?
They're gone already, sorry.
I've already dug the items. They broke.
Yeah. 2 seconds later, gone. Now, I just gotta make it back without dying
Surface Pro
or
shut
blowing
down
up
from being too hot.
tunnels.
There goes Zonza stream.
Alright, let's see. I think it was left? Yeah. No, it wasn't left. It's right. Alright. Let's get back. Go punch some trees. Get the base achievement. Then we can plunk some of the stuff down and start our
there you go.
quest to get
by the way, that's nice. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to push to talk, but I put because Arrow was Surface. What was it? His Surface Pro shut down, so he couldn't watch the stream.
Oh.
So what I did is I
Sad.
just posted the link to a multi-Twitch, so he can watch both on one screen.
Oh, perfect.
I'll post it in your chat as well, so you can see it if you... Oh no, do you have links enabled? Oh no, it's deleted.
Oh. Crud. Yeah,
it's fine. I've just posted it in the game chat so that you can see what it. So that's basically you just put multi and then both usernames.
There you go. Let me see if I can post that in my own chat if it'll let me do it.
I'll message you it on Discord if you want. I'll post it in hashtag voice chat.
That'll work.
There we go. What level am I at? We're at 83, so we're getting the heck out of here.
It's funny, I'm using 2 different keyboards and mice.
Coming at you live from
There we go.
multi-Twitch.
Let me
no
post.
worries. Multi-Twitch is fantastic, especially if you're watching like a stream
That
team.
works?
And there's like 4 people, and then you get 4
Okay,
little
cool.
screens, and you can see all their views at once. It's really, really good.
Now getting over being lost and finding my way back. I'm still trying to get used to the server. Like, is that it? Is that it? Yeah, half my quest is just getting back to where I started.
Right, I'm going to do the smart thing and drop off all these tools as well, because if I die and lose all of these tools,
Now, the funny thing is, if everything goes to plan, whenever we do a Season 2 on Mysticraft, I'm actually going to try and plan to do the entire thing in VR and not die.
Yeah, that will be a feat.
Because it takes so much longer to do anything.
Yeah, that would be a really interesting sort of view. What would be really interesting is if you could stream like a stream for people that have VR and have it so that it renders everything and they can choose to look where they want to look.
Well,
that would be that. I mean, that's really intensive and requires lots of modding.
Well, there's a couple of different things I have noticed. Is there was a tool that was out there that I can capture each individual eye of what I see. But then you would have the screen would be, you know, each eye kind of overlapped, and that looks ugly for like anything else.
Yeah.
But there was a recording option in OBS at one point that it wasn't OBS. It was in the replay mod.
Oh, replay
and the replay mod would let me actually do the 360-degree panoramic view. So then it would render everything around me at once, and then when you're in the video player, or in that case, maybe
where you want to look.
Exactly. The downside is you know, having people not get sick from like the quick motions of running forward and back, so I'd have to like kind of edit and plan out the camera, so to speak.
Yeah, but that could be pretty darn cool nonetheless.
Oh yeah. So if I actually do videos, that would be a kind of neat, you know, hey, here's a tour, let's actually go.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Like, even if you only did it for the tour video, that would be a really nice little, I hate to use the word, but gimmick to sort of like add on to the video. But it would be something really personal and sort of original to your channel, because I know you love using your Vive.
Oh, it's so intense.
It's basically a part of your body now.
Oh, and it's getting way more advancements are coming later this year and all that kind of stuff.
Aren't
The problem is,
they coming out with another version of the Vive?
Yes. So what they're calling it is the HTC Vive Pro. So the concept is still the same and all that kind of jazz.
I was about to sarcastically say, they're calling it the Vive Mega Pro, but it's like they're literally
they're calling it the Vive
Pro.
and most people cringe. So yeah, you can cringe. They're calling it that. I know, it's terrible. What's actually kind of bizarre is, do you know what the Vive actually looks like?
It's kind of like that big bulky eyepiece, isn't it? And then it sort of sits over your head with like it's got like a bit that goes over the top of your head and then around the sides, isn't it?
Yes. Well, what's kind of funny is, if you know what it looks like, there's a bunch of dimples like all over it and that.
Yes.
Well, it's an all black headset. Well, with the Vive Pro, it's like a bright chromish blue.
Oh, wow.
It's like, oh, what the heck is that? It's, you know, some people think the color's hideous, other people think the color looks cool. I'm kind of indifferent. It definitely looks different.
Who cares what the color looks like? It's going to be on your face. You're not going to see the color. If you want, paint it. Just quickly spray paint it the color you want.
Well, I'm half tempted to do with my current headset is put the giant googly eyes on the front of it, so anyone watching me sees the googly eyes. I just haven't found any yet. At one point, I had a big piece of Velcro across the front of it because I had another sensor called the the Leap Motion, and there was one or two demos that I had at one point that could actually track my actual fingers and hands. So that was really cool. But it was only just a couple of little demos, and anything else I would actually have to do software programming myself to do it. So I haven't actually done it.
Fair enough. What would be really cool though, because how are you going to be doing it? Like, you're going to be doing it standing up or sitting down? Like,
no, it'd be full stand up.
Full stand up. What you need to do is have a camera whenever you're recording for an episode. Have a camera recording you. Even if you end up just deleting the footage, so that if you sort of like a creeper makes you jump and you just sort of like flail and like fall on the floor, you can just include that in the footage.
And that is definitely a thing that happens like all the time. I mean,
yeah.
I think that's one of the reasons that a lot of the people on the CCG watched it, is just because my reactions to everything, besides doing the like, ooh, you know, amazing look and this and that, all of a sudden you'd have
you flailing and falling on the floor.
Pretty much. Why is your character's head on the floor? Because I am on the floor. Yeah, I ran into a lot of scenarios like that. He scared the crap out of me on so many occasions, and then there was a lot of times that we would be doing. He managed to con me into doing a couple of like parkour courses.
Oh dear. Oh.
And I'm actually
Night Rocky,
barely.
Thank you for stopping by. Sorry if I missed that until.
So, needless to say, it was some very comical moments of, well, try and make this gap. It's only a 300-foot drop if you fail. And you would see me on the stream, and like the character, like you could see where my character was looking.
Probably about another
because
half hour.
FCD or whoever else was with us had the non VR
Sorry, was that
mod on there, so you could actually see the tracking. And he would just be watching and dying laughing because you could see me like slowly step up to the ledge and like look over the ledge and then like shake my hands and like no, I can do this, and like get all prepped for it, and then I would make the leap and then like just barely make it, and you could always hear in the background me just like and he's just dying. It's like I think one time I almost made him fall out of his chair.
Oh, dear. Are any of the videos of these on your channel at all? Or?
No. See, what happened was we at one point I had it on Twitch and that, but I forgot that Twitch, gets rid of your videos
they
after
get rid
so
of the
long
VODs
and all
after
that.
7 days, I think it is.
Yeah, so I had forgotten about that, so I didn't actually capture it. FCD said he had it somewhere, but I think he ended up losing it.
And even then, he wouldn't have any like local footage of you flailing and being.
Yeah,
like,
he doesn't have the local footage. If I wanted to get really fancy, which I would probably have to spend a decent amount of money to do it, but there are people that have set up like, not necessarily like a kit, but they have some software to help out that you can actually do like a green screen material. And then I can actually like so if you had like a wide panoramic shot of the room, instead of seeing my room like the TV, my speakers, that kind of stuff, my hideous couches, you would see the world around me instead.
Yeah, so basically just get an entirely green room, paint it green, get green couches, green chairs, everything green, and you're set to go.
Yep. Well, in that case, you would just get a like a green backdrop, so to speak, and you could just get this green cloth and just hang it everywhere.
Yeah, I mean that's what I've got. I've just got a green cloth that hangs down. It's a $5 off of Amazon. It's nothing expensive. It's not durable. It tears really easily, but a $5 a pop if it lasts me. Even if it was to only last me 3 months, I mean it's if I'm careful with it, which I am being, it will last me hopefully at least 6 months.
Yep.
So £5 every 6 months, that's less than £1 a month to have the stream just a bit more clear rather than just seeing into the rest of the room, and it means wifey doesn't have to sit on edge because she's in the background of every stream, sort of just like okay, I'm just not going to move, I'm just gonna go elsewhere, I'm gonna go sit in the hallway.
Yeah.
Because I know she's like, she didn't mind when I had the computer angled the other way because she wasn't on the screen, but when I turned it around because it fitted in better this way, she was just there like, get a green screen.
Yeah, just get it.
Like, she doesn't mind popping into the stream, but that's like by her own volition. She doesn't want to just be caught while she's sat there watching something on Netflix or loading up, playing Minecraft on their PlayStation.
Yeah. What are you doing? Nothing. Why is the camera focused on my face?
FCD, and FCD said he lost the footage as well, unfortunately. Take care, FCD.
Yeah.
Thank you for the help, and
it's
thanks
a
for
bummer.
stopping by.
But oh well. C'est la vie.
Indeed.
Let's see. Oh man, I'm not even paying attention to my
I
chat.
should probably start to wind down soonish because it is actually 2:30 in the morning. So.
Oh, ouch.
Did you? Oh no, I thought that was you that made that. I was like, did you make that just to get the advancement?
No. Actually, that was
But
fun.
yeah, I know. I
I
realized.
probably should. Oh, this is a bummer because I'm thinking of the design that I had earlier, and I'm trying to think of a way to orient it so you could actually see the doorway a little bit better. But because this building's right here, it puts like the center of my doorway right in the center of where the portal is.
Yeah.
I'll have to see about pushing it back a little bit more. It's like I almost wanted to keep it front and center with the building that's already there, keep things in line. That puts the front too close. Let's see, 1, 2.
Had a ghost block. Hello, Kaiseri.
11. That puts it about there.
You're saying... Duh. Oh, herpaderp.
Okay.
I derped. FCD isn't heading off. He was saying goodnight to someone else in the stream.
Oh.
But no, he still lost the footage. That's not... that bit I got right.
Yep. You know what? I just thought of something. One night, while I'm kind of figuring out some math real quick, let me see if I can change it.
I can't get through the doorway.
Setting.
Failing horribly.
Wrong thing. There it is. Let's see. Where is it?
I don't know. I got
there we go.
The
Undo.
It's hard to show, but it's a little Eevee.
Block
like
links.
the tail.
There we go.
Wags the ears. These are toys at McDonald's.
I have a feeling I'm going to regret that, but...
Maybe.
Maybe. Well, we'll find out. Alright, back where I can see my Twitch chat. There we go. Okay, now I can see my chat again. Alright, so... And mute it. Now I gotta decide on how I'm gonna place this guy.
There we go. Ooh!
I don't know. I'm trying to think because the center of the door ended up being. Let's see, one. Yeah, the door ended up being like that, I believe. Yeah, so the doorway was that, like too high. Yeah, just the simple outer side, and then on the one side I had two main windows
Voldorius.
and like the spire.
I should say, Voldicius.
Let's see.
Kaiseri. I should probably change that. I like the thing is I want to change it, but I don't at the same time. Cause
yeah, I'm gonna have to push it back,
just
even
so
though
silly.
I don't want to, because one of the things that I had with my current design is I had an open door that you just walk in, so I didn't actually have it closed. But the front part of the doorway, I had it with a pit and some carpet and string, so then mobs wouldn't track in there because they thought it was an open void. But if I do that, the problem is they could jump off this log and land on there and go in anyways. Because once they're on it, they say forget it and go. So, as much as I want to keep the building in line with this other building, I think I'm going to have to shove it back like 2 or 3 blocks.
I don't know, because I'm trying to orient myself a little bit more to be a bit family friendly. But
yeah, let me put it all the way back to here.
That sound for me, it's quite
so
not important, but it's got story to it, and it's just quite silly.
There we go. So that would put it.
So it has a weird story, that sound bite
there, like so.
Long story short, there was.
I love it that I'm doing outlines of
Pokemon Let's Play.
Because I don't have any materials.
As a joke against one of the guys who was voicing
so
one
that
of the
was the
characters.
doorway.
As a joke against the other guys, he made the voice.
Okay, it wouldn't be too bad. I'm a little annoyed that it won't be in line with the building.
And I donated to one of the streams.
I can go get some bricks and start placing some things and go from there.
Sounds good.
See, where do my sticks end up?
But I donated to one of the streams, and he did my
so
voice in the
low
voice
on
of
all
the
materials.
character.
I don't even have enough to make a sign.
And he said that.
There we go.
And then went. I've got push to talk on, so at times he can hear me, at times he can't.
Make some
it's just
signs so people wonder
I can
what
respond
the heck
to you
is going
guys
on
without cutting across him. So
I'm sure someone's
going
to
chat.
find me like, what in the world is Sansa doing?
I need to go down one more. We'll finish off this layer, and then we'll probably
Sansa's
start to wind down.
house. All right. At least now that I have that kind of mapped out,
I don't know. I think
I'm gonna head back
need
to
to
your area,
grow that noise a little bit,
and
like,
get some clay.
It's great and all, but
Although I gotta relight up this area real quick.
yeah, I like it, but it's like, especially if I want to orient more
overlight
family
it, why not?
friendly, it kind of bought. And then I've still got it on Renstream, and I could use it on, like, I don't know. I'm torn.
I did not want to creep for someone.
Natalie Imbruglia.
Okay. Now I gotta find my way back to your place.
Red tunnel opposite, like, the entrance. So basically, you should come out, like, right opposite. It's the entrance opposite spawn town / spawn.
Alright, I think I can do that.
FCD or Kaiseri, can you field that?
I think so.
I thought you'd unmuted Zonza by hands.
Do you know that answer?
I don't. I was just asking FCD.
No.
Stuff in the post office community storage can be borrowed for building stuffs. Is that yes? No?
I think it was all jam stuff.
I think it's all jams as well, but like, I think that's like his base under.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
But I'm not sure if that might be the case, and it's just a case of you have to replace what you take. So, yeah. What I'd like to do is I'll set up something so that I can sort of maybe have a dimmer switch where I press.
remember how to get to it.
Basically, I need to get a switchboard. That is.
Go get me a bunch of clay.
That's the goal. And then what I can do is I can press a button to sort of dim out anyone else that I'm with if they're talking.
If I remember right, we had a super smelter in town, didn't we?
Yeah, there's a community super smelter. You have to manually sort of spread out the items, but the fuel is auto fueled in. It's the brick furnace place. Like, it's made out of bricks, and it's like round the back, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. I might be getting my buildings mixed up though.
Hey, Raisin. I didn't see you in there. So I got an FCD and and I almost jumped off the cliff looking at my chat, so watch where I'm going.
Yeah, Kaiseri believes it's all just jam stuff as well, not open community stuff, so it is probably the best way to go for it.
Yep. All of a sudden, Jam logs in. Hey, where's
all my stuff gone?
I swear I had some logs.
I've got a fun little
here.
Prank planned already for Zonza.
I'm trying to remember.
House done. I'm going to build one of the Mario ghosts over it.
Oh, it's
or
a
maybe
magnet
build a
block.
little Bowser statue in it.
Also,
like,
I just started taking fire damage. What the heck?
No! So I'll probably gather up some wool or something for that. Maybe even concrete to make it look nice.
I don't hear anything.
That'd be quite fun.
Oh, I am. Jeez. Yeah, a blaze is launching at me and I can't hear it. Oh, did I forget to turn hostile sounds back up?
Whoopsie.
I'm being such a derp tonight. Yeah, everything's all screwed up with audio. Oh, yeah, so I got my music off, hostile creatures off. Oops. That's probably why I didn't hear the ghast originally.
Yeah, that's probably why. I mean, to be fair, I didn't really notice it until I had fire at my feet, and it was just like, oh, I'm hello.
I think I'm just gonna silk touch everything, just so that way I can break it back over in the area.
Yeah, that's the way I do it. It's like, it's just easier. Silk touch it up. That way you can carry more at once, and then just fortune it once you're back.
Alright, so let's gather some clay, get going on this. I'm trying to remember the math in my head of how much I actually needed, because it ended up being about 10 wide. My original one was only 9 long, but I think I might try and lengthen it by 2, so that way I can get the spires to line up a little bit better.
Yeah.
And it was 3 high, but the top set was stairs and slabs. So let's see, I think it's going to be at least 120 blocks of bricks, I think, just for the bottom layer.
That's a lot. That's why I always hated working with bricks. It's such a pain. You've got to gather so much for relatively so little.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons on ZombieCraft, because because ZombieCraft is quite an open server since it's a patron server, basically anyone can get on. Resources in a world-bordered world are obviously an issue. So certain resources are a bit more accessible. So what we've got is we've got a trading villager in town with custom trades, and he trades things like 64 terracotta for 64 normal clay.
Oh, nice.
So you can just go to the shredding biome, because we've got a biome that you can push a button and it will refill. For mesa, sand, I can't remember what the other biomes are. There's mesa, sand, packed ice, podzol, mega tiger. I can't quite remember all of them.
Yeah, I know FCD had set up it's similar with his patron server, but
it's just
not
to
really
make things more renewable.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, the people who are on the world from day one versus the people who join like 3, 4, maybe even 8 months into the server. It's kind of like, well, you can't get any of the rare resources, they've all been taken. Elytras,
yep.
Jog on.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you know, so-and-so has the only store that has the monopoly on everything, and it's a diamond block per each.
Yep. And Rouse has just reminded me, it's mesa, sand, gravel, and packed ice. I thought there was a podzol one, but I must be mistaken. No, there isn't a podzol one, because the villager trades podzol for mycelium, so you can just grow mycelium out and trade that to get podzol. That was it.
It's funny, I'm trying to read up on my chat, and next line I see from Lord Rips, kill him, rob him. What? It sounds like he doesn't like having a close server.
He's just mad because I absolutely wrecked him in 1v1 fair combat. Definitely wasn't I just went to hit someone else and killed him instead.
Yeah, the whoops.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
No, I was elytring to the Rose Tower where everyone else was, and I had the bow charged up, and I was aiming for, I think it was Bendo, and then Bendo moved and it hit Lord Rip, and Lord Rip just exploded.
I think I remember seeing that because I was standing next to him.
Kaiseri as well died because I was aiming at Bendo. Bendo moved and Kaiseri exploded. At that point I then gave up and put my weapons away. I was like, no, I'm sorry. I'm doing more harm here than... If I could do this in UHCs, it would be fine. 158, we can possibly get this.
It's nighttime. Now it gets fun.
140.
I hear the zombies. I don't see them.
This is quite risky.
Alright,
I'm curious, with haste, does durability go down quicker? Or
3.5-ish stacks of clay.
Just because you're, like, is it...
let's see, it's
durability
4
breaks
for one.
faster because of the unbreaking, or is it just that because you're breaking blocks quicker?
Yeah, I'm still gonna need more. I might as well get some more. And not die, that's the big trick.
There
you know what? I'm gonna actually put my armor on. Oh, here they come.
110.
Really? I got that achievement now?
Yeah, because you have to have fired the bow and hit something.
Oh, yeah. And I don't think I did that, because I didn't murder people when I first got out. So.
No.
Although it's kind of funny, though, is...
Wink, nudge, nudge.
Although it was kind of funny, because originally when I got on, everyone's like grabbing bows and everything. And I'm like, I don't have anything. So the one time we went to a farm, I like grabbed up the best bow that was in the garbage bin, and that's what I've been using.
Oh wow!
Although
I haven't
surprisingly, it's actually a decent bow. It's actually a Unbreaking 2 Power 2.
Ooh, very nice. I crafted a mega bow. I crafted a mega bow with the junky ones from the fishers.
Oh, I just dawned on myself. I need
think
to get
mine
some...
is mending, because I kept running out of picks.
I thought about it just now. I also need some sand. Because I'm going to need some dark glass panes. Alright. Ooh, thank God someone slept.
Yep, because I need it daytime. There's a good number of people on.
Ooh, diorite. Diorite. So, apparently, a lot of people on the server hate diorite.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to build a bunch of stuff out of diorite just to watch people squirm.
People, obviously, you know the stuff with Garden Bunny's farms.
Oh, yeah, every time someone hates on diorite, she builds another one.
Yeah, so for those in chat that haven't seen them or aren't aware of it, Garden Bunny built some community farms in the spawn town, and she built them with diorite. And every time that someone has complained about the fact that they're made with diorite, she's built another one out of diorite. So one of the first things I did when I got on the server, I was just like, so what's with these diorite farms? They're kind of ugly. It's like, so now she's obligated to build another one.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, her whole plan fails because I can use it as a weapon against her.
Yep. Well, the problem was she mentioned to me, she's like, well, I have a feeling I'm probably going to be building a lot of these, but she's like, now I got to figure out what farms I can actually build and which ones I can repeatedly build.
Flower farm, netherwart farm would be a good one to repeatedly build because netherwart can't be bone milled. She could build yes, you could build a big like passive mob grinder. So there's just a big, there's a big diorite box up in the sky.
Oh God, people would like burn it, burn it.
Build it to the exact scale of a giant diorite block, and have the base of it look like it's on a pedestal.
Well, there was one thing I was debating on doing because, like I said, I've usually only built bases. And the bases were like, hey, here's a couple of chests, and here's all these OP farms everywhere that everyone hates.
Spamcraft.
Yep. I had thought about one thing at one point. I was supposed to do some stuff on the Slipgator server, but I never had the time, and that's still kind of how things are now. But I had thought about the one build. I was going to do it just because it was going to be kind of a spite thing, but at the same time, it would probably make people rage quit on the server. But I thought it would be hysterical. Is anyone that knows Slipgator, past tournament and all that, his big thing that was the "I will murder you the second who in the right mind would do this."
Side torches, yeah.
Yep. Well, I was gonna build my house absolutely giant-sized side torch. Make like the whole top of it out of glowstone and all that. Make it look like a legit torch, but have it be like 50, 60 blocks tall.
That's brilliant.
And then the best part was I was thinking about putting it in like add insult to injury is, since obviously you would have it like the base and have it angle up and all that, is I was going to then make a big pixel version of like 2 diorite blocks stacked on top of each other. So then it was a legit side torch on 2 blocks of diorite.
Oh dear.
That was my initial plan, and at one point, I can't remember if it was talking to Sork or if it was Jade, but Jade got wind of it, and she goes, I will permanently ban you, and I will burn it to the ground. It's like, okay, note to self. Right. Jade hates it.
Yeah.
I think Sork just laughed at it, because he's like, that would be too awesome.
But I'm going to have to love you and leave you at this point, because it is 10 to 3, so thank you.
Go get some rest.
Thank you for the company and the little sort of insight into what your build's going to be.
Yeah,
sounds like it's going to be pretty darn cool. And if you need, as I said, you need any clay, just hop over to my base and just dig up in the sort of marshy swamp, because there's buttloads there. But yeah, I'm just going to end off on the stream as well.
All right. Well, thank you so much for all the gear and everything.
No worries, no worries.
It helps out a lot because otherwise,
Well,
be like, okay,
yeah.
I was gonna build a house, but now I'm gonna go get gear for the next 3 hours.
I mean, I know you've got limited time because obviously where you're working, and then you've got sort of like to help Garden Bunny with kids and stuff. It's only fair that you get a bit of a leg up because I've got plenty of time to do bits and bobs on the server, so
Yeah,
I'm not
which
worried
reminds
as
me.
for resources.
I need to give her a little
You
bit more
wish
time
you
so
would,
she
you
can
wish.
edit videos and that. She's got some fancy new software that she received for her Christmas gift.
Ooh, very nice.
And I need to get her more time so she can play with it. So yeah, she can do new fancy effects and
yeah,
audio stuff.
awesome. But anyway, I'll
Okay.
catch you later then. Ta-da.
Have a good night.
You
See
too.
ya.
But there we go, guys. I just want to give a huge thanks to you guys. Has been an absolutely wonderful stream. Sorry if I was a bit late on catching your messages in the chat tool. Was a bit distracted there with following Zonza's instructions for the build and such, what he was planning. But no, I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll hope to catch you next stream, which should technically be today, but it might vary because, as I've said a few times throughout the streams, it's quite a busy period for me and wifey as we're moving soon. And new car and learning to drive, so hey! But anyway, have a wonderful night and take care. Ta-da.